Hi everyone, I'm Jerome. I'm a yoga teacher and I will teach Yin Yoga today. What you may need for the class, you may need a pillow, less or more soft, it depends how you want it. You may need a blanket for the whole class. You may need a book or two books or a block if you got blocks, yoga blocks. And you may need a belt, or a yoga belt or a normal belt, doesn't matter. You can have a bottle of water if you're thirsty, and I've got the timer. Yin Yoga, it's a specific yoga to calm yourself down even more than the Yang Yoga. What we try to do, we target the connective tissues around the tendon, the fascias, not the muscle. And for that, we tend to stay a long time on a pose. When we do some poses during the class, there is no flow. We do one pose, we got a counter pose, and then another pose. If the pose is very active, we stay something like 2 minutes. If the pose is more passive, we stay until 5-6 minutes. It depends on the pose. Of course, you are free to come out of the pose if your body is in pain. We don't want any pain. We want tension, compression, but no pain. So every time we go into a pose, we try to find the edge of the pose and then to remain still. I will talk a bit more during the class, but it's how Yin Yoga works for me. There we go. Enjoy the class. Thank you. Okay, let's start the class in a seated cross-leg position, the one you prefer. Make sure you are comfortable. You can drop a book under your sacrum, maybe one or two, to feel more comfortable, to be able to stretch your back. You drop your hands onto your knees, palm facing down or palm facing up. You can come into a Jana Mudra, first fingers and thumb together. Move your shoulders back, bring your chin in and close your eyes. Try to make your face soft. Release your jaw, your forehead. And make a long, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. One more time if you want. Now try to inhale and exhale only through your nose. Long inhale, long exhale. Lengthen your breath, lengthen your spine. Inhale on the count of 5 and exhale on the count of 5. If it's too long, you can do 4. If it's too short, you can go until 6 or 7. Inhale and exhale with ease. Long one. And following your breath, come inside your body. Explore how you feel today. Your body, your energy, your soul, your mind, your heart, your guts. Have a quick look. And just observe. Bring your hands in Namaste, front of your heart, spread your fingers, press your hands, keep your back straight, bring your chin down, thumbs against the chest. If you want, you can set an intention for your practice, just about yoga, just for yourself, just for the class. It can be flexibility, letting go, whatever you want. Make sure to make it very clear if you set it. We will open the class with 1 Om. Feel free to follow. Inhale. Release your hands, open your eyes, and cross your legs and come into a tabletop. Spread your fingers, press your hands flat onto the floor. Align your hands, your knees, and your feet. And slowly move your hips onto the side, onto the right, onto the left, back flat, and start to make some circle with your hips. Slow first and then bigger ones. You can change the direction whenever you want. And if you feel comfortable, you can make some figure of 8 with your hips. Going forward, going back. Try to feel your body. Stay with your breath. And then let's come back into a tabletop and let's go into the first pose. Keep your knees hip distance apart and tap your toes under. And then come to sit onto your heels. Option to drop a pillow or a blanket between your heels and your bum. We target on this one the sole of the feet. We won't stay too long because this one is quite intense. If it's too strong, you can lean forward, but less pressure. If you don't feel anything, you can lean a bit more back and try to feel the sole of the feet. This one is an active pose. We won't stay too long, but on this one, we activate all the meridian. You can close your eyes if you want, or keep your eyes closed and connect with your breath through your nose. And on each pose, try to use the pose to come inside your body and to observe how you feel. Where there is a tension, there is not, where you can find some ease. Observe. Take 2 breaths on this pose. The breath is 1 inhale and 1 exhale. Long one. After your last exhale, slowly, very slowly, come back into a tabletop. Stretch your feet and start to make some circle with your feet. Mobilize your ankle. You can tap your feet onto the floor if you need. You can straight one leg and then straight the other one. And if you fancy, you can go into a downward facing dog. When we do a counter pose, you're quite free to do what your body needs. You can move your hips again, finding your space, feeling your body. For the second pose, we will keep the knees where they were, and this time we point our feet. Feet pointed, and we come back to sit again onto our heels. Same thing, we can drop something between your heels and your bum. And you can bring a blanket, if you want, under your feet, if you're quite sensitive with your ankles. Be more comfortable. Choose your option, and then bring your hands behind you. Start to lean back. Make sure you keep your core engaged to protect your lower back, tailbone in, and lean back onto your hands. You can stay here, or maybe you can just stay there if it's enough. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can lift your knees from the floor to increase the stretch in front of your ankles. Choose your pose with ease or more active. If you just stay here, it's fine. If you feel a tension in front of your ankles, it's enough. And connect with your breath. After your last exhale, move forward, hands up to the floor, find your tabletop again, activate your ankles, turn your feet, stretch one leg and maybe the other one, downward facing dog if you want, or just stay in tabletop moving your hips. When you feel ready, come to sit onto your mat. You can sit onto your bum, or you can sit onto your book or your block. Stretch your legs in front of you. Both legs straight, feet hip distance apart. First, try to push against the floor to stretch your back. Flex your feet, press the back of the knees onto the floor. You can have a belt if you want, or you don't have to. Inhale, lift your arms up. Reach far with your hands and slowly fold forward. Maybe grab your toes, grab your feet, grab your ankles or your shin, or use a belt. Just on both of your feet and hold it. You got two options here. First option, you do it in an active way. Your legs are straight, the back of the knees are pressing towards the floor, your feet are flexed, and you pull onto something, feeling the tension on the back of your legs and your lower back. And you can drop your head towards the floor. This is the active way. If you want to do it with more ease, you just let go your knees, let go your feet where they want, and you fold forward, top of the hand onto the floor, and just fold down. Of course, feel free to grab a pillow to drop your forehead onto it if you want to support your forehead. Choose your option. We will stay a little bit longer on this one because it's less active. If you do it in an active way, feel free to do it, but don't push too hard. Find the tension, the edge, and stay there without any pain. And you can start with an active pose and slowly going toward a passive one, not the opposite, please. Connect with your breath through your nose and dive into your body. Explore. During the Yin class, there are lots of silence. Use this time, this quiet time, to listen, to explore, and to listen what is happening inside yourself. 3 more breaths on this pose. Long inhalation, long exhalation. And slowly bring your hands onto the floor. Walk your hands back. Stretch your back. Bring your hands behind your knees. Help your knees to bend. Bring your feet as well as your mat. Bring your hands behind you, wide. Bring your chest out. Look towards the ceiling and gently arch your back. A gentle contour. Inhale. Exhale. Drop both knees onto the right and twist your left shoulder. Inhale. Come back up with your knees and go onto the other side. Both knees towards the floor, twist the right shoulder. You can do it one more time or two on each side. Feel free to do something else if you want to do something else as a counter pose. And then for the next one, we will sit again onto the sit bones and open our legs very wide. Feel free to sit onto your block, your books. Make sure your sit bones are on the floor. Use your hands to push against the floor. Flex your feet, bring your feet in, press the back of the knees onto the floor, lengthen your spine. Bring your hands in front. You've got many options here. First option, in an active way, you keep your legs straight, knees, back of the knees pressing the floor, feet flex. You can reach forward, go as far as you can, try to reach the floor. You can grab your feet if you want. If you want to do it with more ease, you let go your feet, you let go your leg, you just fold forward. 4 hands onto the floor, you can support your shin, or you can bring a pillow or two and bring your chest onto it, or your forehead, and just stay there for the next few minutes. Find your way. You can start with an active one, pressing the legs, stretching the legs, reaching forward, and going slowly toward a passive one. Or you can already start with a passive one and stay there. Just letting go. Yin Yoga is the art of letting go. On this one, we're targeting back of the legs, hamstring, calves, and the lower back. Connect with your body. Explore the sensations in your legs. How does it feel? Inside legs, hamstring, calves, lower back. Are you still connected with your breath? Still with your body? We still have 1 minute on this pause. After your next exhale, slowly walk your hands back, move it slowly, bolster, stretch your back slowly. Bring your hands behind your knees, bend your knees, bring your feet a bit closer, 1 meter between both feet. Bring your hands behind you, and same thing as the previous one. Arch your lower back gently, bring your chest out, look toward the ceiling. Draw both knees onto the right if you want. And then on to the left. Twist onto the other side of your shoulder. Feel the twist on your spine. And then come into a tabletop first. In your tabletop, let go for a gentle cat and cow. Inhale, curve your lower back, look in front. Exhale, around your spine, chin to your chest. Inhale, curve your back, go into cow. For the next pose, we will lie down onto our front. Lie down and bring your forearms in front of you. Parallel your legs, top of the feet onto the floor, elbows underneath your shoulders. If you feel a too big compression on your lower back, you can open your elbows out to be a bit lower. If you are in pain with your shoulders or you're not comfortable, you can bring a pillow under your chest and just rest your chest here. You can support your head and drop your hands and protecting your shoulders. But the option to do it with more ease. If you're fine here, make sure you engage your core, you engage your glutes. You squeeze your bum, suck your belly in, you protect your lower back, and with your hands you pull onto the floor and you bring your chest forward. You will feel a little bit more compression on your lower back. Your shoulders are far from you here, and you can keep your chin in to lengthen your spine. We want to have a compression on the lower back bend. We don't want any pain. Make sure you can stay here still for a couple of minutes. If you want to increase more on your lower back, you can bend your knees and bring your feet close to your butt. Keep your knees parallel. Make sure you keep sucking your belly in to protect your lower back. I don't want you to release everything. I want you to stay compact around your pelvis. We are targeting the lower back and connect with your breath. Close your eyes if you want. And lengthen your breath. Come back with a count of 4, 5, or 6 when you inhale, and 4, 5, or 6 when you exhale. Dive into your body. Explore your body, how it feels. We still have 1 minute on this pose. Feel free to drop your feet to come a bit lower if you want to release a little bit, or feel free to come higher if you want. Stretch your arms. You can walk your hands toward your hips. Make sure you keep your pelvis onto the floor and your shoulders are far from your ears. More compression on your lower back. If you want, you can bend your legs as well. Keep your core engaged again. Suck your belly in. Don't let it going out. Squeeze your bum. Feel the compression on your lower back more intense. If you make the choice to come. Stay connected with your breath. Two last breath here. And slowly, very slow, elbows onto the floor, feet onto the floor. Open your arms wide. Bring your hands in front of you. Option one, you turn both palms facing the ceiling and you drop your forehead in the middle of your palm. If you're not comfortable, you can turn your palm facing the floor. You can drop your forehead, or you can turn your head onto the side. I would rather you to stay with your head straight. This is the position for your head. And then for your feet, bring your big toes together and let drop your heels outside. We're going into internal rotation on our hips. And stay there for a bit. Next, inhale, lift your head, change the position of your hands, turn your head onto the other side if you need, and this time open your feet outside, toes out, heels in, legs wide as you might, and rest here for a bit. Next, inhale, lift your head, parallel your legs, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push onto your hands, come onto your knees, come into a tabletop, and move your hips onto the side, go into a cat and cow if you need, downward facing dog if you want. The next pose will be child's pose. Knees wide as you mat. Big toes touch. Come and sit if you can onto your heels. Push the floor away and drop your forehead onto the floor. You can keep your arms straight and pushing against your mat if you want to do it in an active way. Forehead onto the floor. Or you can just release your arms and just stay there. Do your counter pose, the lower back. On your next inhale, slowly make your way into a tabletop. Spread your fingers, press your hands onto the floor, mobilize your hips. Maybe stretch one leg towards the back, the other one. You can go into a downward facing dog if you want, if you need. Do what you need for your body into a good top pose. For the next pose, we will be lying down onto our back, knees close to the chest. Interlock your hands around your knees. Make sure your whole back is on the floor and slowly massage the tip of your spine. Massage your sacrum one direction. And you can change your direction when you want. And then drop your hands onto the floor, making a T with your arms. And slowly bring both knees towards the right side onto the floor. The right knee first onto the floor, maybe the left is on the top of the right, maybe not. Left shoulder is on the floor. Try to reach the floor with the left shoulder and to reach far with the left hand. You can drop your right hand on the top of your left knee and push it, or to grab behind your bum to push it to increase the twist. Feel free to turn your head or to keep your head straight. Make sure your neck is long. Connect with your breath again. And focus on your exhale, long, long exhale. More your knees are close to your chest, more the stretch is intense. Option if you want, you can straight the left leg, the one who is on the floor already, alongside your back, alongside your spine. And you got more space to bring the left knee towards the floor. The right leg straight, the left knee towards the floor. To increase the twist. Keep sucking your belly in, make space on your obliques, and focus on your exhale. If you want to stretch the right leg as well, to grab the big toe, feel free. It's an option. You can do it if you want. Top leg, or you can keep the top leg bent. It's up to you. last option would be to bend the right leg, the one on the floor, and to grab the right foot with the left hand. Be aware of your lower back and keep twisting, feeling as well the front of the right leg and the back on the left side. Keep your neck long, bring your chin in, and break. On your next exhale, release your foot. If you hold it, straight the right leg. Use the right arm to push against the floor. Bring the left knee towards the ceiling. Hold the left knee. And then straight both legs onto the floor. Stretch your arms alongside your body. And just observe how you feel from both sides. Exhale, press your lower back onto the floor. Bring both feet flat onto the floor. Realign your spine, your back, and both knees close to your chest. And tuck your hands around your knees. Massage your spine again. And when you feel ready, you drop your arms onto the floor and you twist onto the other side. Left side this time. Make sure you've done both sides at the end. The right shoulder, try to be in contact with the floor. The left hand grabs the right knee on the right bum. You can turn your head if you want. And feel the twist on your spine. Connect with your exhale. Keep your knees close to your chest. If your shoulder is not on the floor, it's fine. That doesn't matter. You can drop something under your shoulder, you can drop something under your knees if you want. Support yourself. Option if you want to stretch the left leg alongside your body, alongside your mat, and to have more space to bring the right knee onto the floor. Are you free to do it or not? Last variation, bend the left knee if you want. Grab your left foot with the right hand. Pull your foot with the left hip flexor. Try to reach the floor with the right shoulder and with the right knee. Watch your neck. Make sure you land on your spine, you land on your neck. After your last exhale, release your foot. If you got it, straight the left leg. Push the floor away with the left and back flat onto your mat. Straight both legs onto your mat. You can shake your hips onto the side. Observe how you fit between both sides. And let's make yourself ready for Shavasana, our last position today. Let go your feet, release your knees, release your calves, your hamstrings, your quads, your glutes. Let go your legs. Wide your arms a bit on your body. Palms facing the ceiling. Make sure you don't touch anything. Spread your fingers, open your hands. Shoulder blades flat onto the floor. Bring chin in, release your shoulders, let go your belly. Let come a natural curve on your lower back. Open your mouth, lock your tongue, release your jaw, your forehead. Allow your whole body to relax, to release, to let go. You can put a blanket on yourself if you want. Make sure you are very comfortable. For the last position, relaxation, Shavasana. On your next inhale, start to activate your fingers, your toes, your feet, your hands, your arms, your legs, your head. On your next inhale, stretch your arms onto the sides, stretch your legs, stretch your body, twist your body, twist your neck, maybe stretch your arms over your head. On your next exhale, press your lower back onto the floor, bring both feet flat onto the floor and roll onto the side of your choice. Stay there for a couple of breaths. And when you feel ready, use your hands to come into a seated cross-leg position where we started. Find your space, cross your legs. Hands on your knees, stretch your back. Jana Mudra if you want. With your shoulders, your face. Take a long, deep and full inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. Once more if you want. Hands in Namaste, front of your heart. Spread your fingers, press your hands, thumbs against the chest. Your chin down. You can have a look into your intention you maybe did set at the beginning of the class. And then you can congratulate yourself to have done this practice today. We close the class with one Om and Shanti. Feel free to follow and do it on your own. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you.